Hey you guys, so today is day 2 of Spiritual Bliss, and if you didn't log on yesterday, go ahead and watch the replay. I was starting a series that I'm going to do for 30 days for you guys, where I'm going to cover 30 different spiritual principles, and these are going to be different things that you can do that's going to really help you feel that spiritual bliss. Okay, so hi Eduardo. I don't know if I'm saying that. Eduardo. I might be saying that wrong, and I'm sorry. Sometimes my tongue gets a little twisted. Hey Santara, how are you doing? So we're on day 2 of Spiritual Bliss, and today what I'm going to talk about is to be grateful. So if you are just logging in and you didn't watch yesterday's part, what I want you to do is actually take some time when you're done here and watch yesterday, because I'm going to be doing this daily, so you might want to catch it on a daily basis and pay attention to all this, okay? Because in 30 days we're gonna feel different, okay? So every single day I'm going to be giving you practical knowledge that you can reflect on and to help you with getting to a spiritual place, okay? Now, like I said yesterday, this isn't about enlightenment because you're already enlightened. What does enlightenment mean? Enlightenment means love, being love. Well, you are a being, a perfect spiritual being that was created out of love. You are love, and you're having a human experience. But you are a spiritual being. So you're not a human trying to be spiritual. You're actually something completely different. You're not a human trying to be spiritual, because as long as you're trying to do something, you're never going to succeed. So I want you guys to take a pen and put it down and then try to pick it up. Okay? Now, some people do this. They take the pen and they pick it up. Well, that's not trying to pick it up. What that's doing is actually picking the pen up. So then I see people doing this where they act like they're trying to telepathically magically do something, and so then I tell them, well, you're still not doing it. You are not picking the pen up. So you're either picking the pen up or you're not picking the pen up. So one of the two things is happening here. You're either doing or you're not doing. So there's no such thing as trying. So basically, if you are trying something, you're failing or you're just not doing it. So let's go back to the original statement. If you're a human being trying to have a spiritual experience, then you're failing. Okay? But let's go the opposite way. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. That changes everything. Okay, so that makes you a very, very spiritual person, and that makes you already enlightened, and it makes you already pure love. So let's just go with that. You are pure love. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. Hey Nikki, how are you doing? So you're a spiritual being having a human experience. So if that's the case, we want to get in touch with that true self. I was talking to one of my clients, and she started the practice of meditation, and she really just got into it, and she's like, oh my God, I feel so much love inside of me. I feel so pure. I feel so good. And she's like, I don't feel all that stress. I don't feel all that anger. She goes, before I felt like the world was just closing down on me. And she goes, it's such an amazing, peaceful feeling. And that's true. And one of these 30 days, I'm going to get into meditation. I'm actually going to do a full-on class for you. I'm going to sit in my office, I'm going to turn the music on, and I'm going to show you how I meditate, and I'm going to kind of take you through that. But today, the topic, and I've just kind of been babbling for a while to let people get on. So the topic that I'm going to talk about today is gratefulness. So I know. It's kind of like yesterday where you're sitting here saying, yeah, I've heard be present, yeah, be in the now. You hear it, but are you doing it? That's two different things, okay? Hearing and doing is two different things. Are you living it? So what does it mean to be grateful? Well, it sounds like it's a really simple task. Just be grateful for what you have. Yeah, I'm grateful I have a house to live in. Well, one of the things that I do is I ask people to write 3 things that you're grateful for daily and don't duplicate. So like the first couple of days you're like, oh, I'm grateful for my mom, my husband, my kids, my family, my house, my car, and you go through all the material things. Okay, so let's just say that we get that all out of the way. So go ahead and just make a list right now of as many things as you can think of that you're grateful for. And then what you do is you really start getting into the nuts and bolts of what you really have to be grateful for, because you have to start digging. You have to dig within yourself. So if you're in the state of gratefulness, then you're going to be constantly looking at positive things in your life. And if you're in the state, what is the topic you're talking about? Because I'm enjoying it. I'm talking about gratefulness. So if you are in the state of gratefulness, then you're going to be looking for positive things out of the world, and you're going to be looking for the good things that are about to happen. You're going to be expecting your blessings. Now, I love to quote people, okay? And as you get to know me, you're going to know that. And so I am not one that follows a specific religion. So, but I do listen to people that I think are really awesome that are of different religions. So there's going to be times where I'm going to quote Christ. There's going to be times where I'm quoting Buddha. There's going to be times where I'm quoting Muhammad. There's going to be times where I'm quoting the Tao Te Ching. There's going to be times where I'm quoting Joel Osteen or Carrie Shook or something like that. So this isn't about religion, you guys, okay? So let's just kind of like not start criticizing, okay? Because I notice that a lot of times when I say something about somebody specific, people just jump in and they want to like, rah. So then you're going into negativity, okay? So we want to stay away from that. Okay, so let's stay away from the negativity, let's stay away from judgment, and let's just stay on topic, okay? And I just had to do that little prerequisite here because I want to make sure that you guys are focused on what it is I'm talking about, not going straight into judgment, okay? So, Joel Osteen, we're going to talk about him. He seems to be my favorite character these days because everybody else seems to be criticizing him. So I'm always the one that takes up for the underdog. So he wrote a book, and I think it was one of his very first books. And in that book, he was talking about looking for your blessings. You've got to, like, you wake up every day and you assume that God's going to give you a blessing. So let's just kind of take that into this topic. And so let's just wake up every day looking for something to be grateful for. If you wake up and you open up your windows and you see that the weather is really nice today, and you're like, wow, the weather's really nice. I am so grateful for this weather. Because you know what? When it was cold, we just got this cold wave. I'm in Houston, Texas, so I don't know where you guys are, but I was in Houston, and it's like the weather started getting really pretty. It was so nice, and everything was really good, and you're just like super happy to be outside. And, I was taking my dogs out for walks and sitting out and putting the chairs out and letting them run around, and they were super happy. And then all of a sudden it just got cold, just like that, and I was just like, I mean, like, and just like a cold wave came in. So yesterday when it got warm, I was like super grateful about the weather. So look deep inside of yourself and start seeking out things to be grateful for. Look for things to be grateful for. And if you're seeking out things to be grateful for, then you're going to find that you're in a much more receptive, much more positive and happier mood. If you're constantly looking for something negative, you're always going to find it. Let me just tell you. You can be driving in your car and you, especially if you're driving in your car, you're going to find a lot of things to be negative about. You're going to not like this driver. You're going to feel like this one cut you off, and you're going to be always searching for those things. But let's flip the switch, you guys. I want you to really seek it out. That's why I tell you, make a list of everything that you know you're grateful for and get that out of the way. Because what you want to do is you want to actually seek within your day things to be grateful for. Seek within your day. So what does that mean? It means that you look a little deeper than outside. So you're not going to say, hey, I'm grateful for my red and black comforter. Go outside of that. Go outside of your car and your house and your kids and your family and your job. All the normal things that almost everybody's going to say. Okay? Get outside of that. A new day is a gift. That means morning is time for getting it and have grateful for God. Yes, absolutely. That's true, Ollie. A new day is a gift. And if you, Ollie, if you watched yesterday, I was talking about being present. And if you stay within the moment and you stay within what's going on right now, then you're able to get past all the things and really focus on what's happening right now and find things to be grateful. That's why I talked about being present yesterday and today being grateful. Because if you stay in that present moment, you can see things that you're grateful for. I can walk outside and I can notice things that I would never notice before. Thank you so much, sweetie. I would be able to notice things that I've never noticed before. And so the topic is, hi, how are you doing, Jana? Yeah, so I don't know exactly when you logged in, Jana, but I'm talking about being grateful. And the thing is that, there's not a whole lot to say about this. The bottom line is that you've got to look outside, excuse me, my voice. You've got to look outside of the normal things and seek within your heart. Now, when you're in a state of gratefulness, there's something that happens. There's something amazing that happens. I'm curious, does anybody know what that is? Well, that's okay. Sometimes when I ask people in session, I'll say, okay, and I'll just wait for them to answer. And a lot of times they don't know, and not knowing, that's okay. That's why a lot of times you guys just join in and start watching things like this, because it is a learning experience. So the amazing thing that happens when you're in a state of gratefulness, Pat Teddy Bear. What a cute name. Okay. In a state of gratefulness. Hi, Elise. How are you? You're probably going to want to watch this from the beginning because I'm about to wrap this up. So, in a state of gratefulness, the gift that you receive is that you become happy and you start to see yourself differently, and you start to realize that you're a master creator. And that is the only space that you can be in that you can manifest, because you're not going to be able to manifest in a state of negativity, in a state of pain, in a state of unhappiness. Unhappiness seems like a trap, but it's not. Depression seems like a trap. Anxiety seems like a trap, but it's not. There's so many different ways of getting out of that. So one of the best ways is, like I said yesterday, be present. Stay right here, right now, in this moment, this very second, and focus on what's happening right now, not on yesterday, the day before yesterday, a week before yesterday. And when you're focused right now on this very thing right here, this thing right here now, then what happens? Then you start being grateful for this very thing right now, this very thing right now. Okay? So the topic is being grateful. But I'm bringing up yesterday because it's difficult to really be grateful unless you're present. So that's why I did present yesterday, grateful today. You got to get present, and then you get grateful. So pretty much this is it. I want you guys, if you're going to be following me every day, I'm going to be doing this for 30 days. 30 days to Spiritual Bliss. What I suggest you do is just go get a small notebook and just kind of follow some of the techniques and the stuff that I've given you, because you're gonna reflect back and go, what did she say? What did she say? And I want you to just kind of write some of this stuff down. Think about. I can give you some exercises to do to get into that state, to think about those things. Okay? Thank you so much. One of the things that a lot of people, I'm going to say this real quick because I find that a lot of people ask me this question. It's really difficult because their mind wants to slide right back into the negativity. That's literally like a habit. So let's look at a rubber band, for example, and I don't have a rubber band, I only have a bracelet. So let's just pretend like this is a rubber band. And so you got a rubber band. Now, if I was to cut this rubber band, it would not go straight. It would actually have an arc. And the reason for that is because it's been trained and it's been bent and it's been held in this place for a very long time. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Ollie, just don't worry about it. Just watch the replay whenever you have some time. Don't worry about it. It's okay. So anyway, so let's go back to this band. Okay. And I'm about to wrap it up anyway. If you were to cut it, it's going to have a curve. So it's kind of like negativity does that to you. It's, you know, your mind gets trapped in that space, and it's kind of like the rubber band. It's bent, and no matter what, if you can straighten it out like this, it's going to bounce back like that. So if you are not staying present and you're dwelling on the past, what you're doing is you're going back to the bent rubber band. Okay, so literally staying present is holding the rubber band like this so that you can see it straight. That's literally what it is. It's staying present is doing that, because there's no way you can see gratefulness when the rubber band is bent. So you've got to hold it like this until it becomes a habit. Okay? You got to hold it like this until it becomes a habit. So in other words, you've got to focus really hard on trying to stay present. And as your mind's going to want to bend like that, it's going to want to go drift off to the past and think about all the bad things that have happened to you and every little thing that's gone wrong in your life, and why you have every reason why to be pissed off at life, at your wife, at your cousin, at your mom, at your family, at your financial situation, at yourself. You have every reason why, right? But what you're doing is you're focusing on something that doesn't even exist anymore, okay? And that's what we talked about yesterday, is that it doesn't even exist. So every day is a new day. It's like you're reborn every day. Every single day, it's like you're reborn. You have the chance of changing everything. You can literally, seriously, you can just like, people say, well, I'm trapped. You're not trapped. You can literally like pack a bag and move to Africa if you wanted to. You could go, you know, to Afghanistan. You can go to Hawaii. You can go wherever you want. You can pack a bag. You can go braid hair on the beach. You can do whatever you want. Nobody's trapped. Oh, well, I have this. No, you're telling yourself that that's more important. And so don't make excuses. Don't lie to yourself, okay? So you can do whatever it is you want to do. So stop making excuses. So the reality is you're just kind of lying to yourself. So that's why I'm telling you, I'm putting you through these steps, because I want you to see truth within your own life, okay? Stop with the illusion. Stop with painting a picture that doesn't exist. You're painting a picture and you're talking about something that's not even there. The only thing, if you walk outside right now and you look outside, and Terry, you live like in the country, okay? And if you walk outside, what do you see? You see trees, and I think something about, don't you have a lake or something? And birds and squirrels and everything, and you see all kinds of beautiful things. Those are the things that are real, right? And you guys, some of you guys, like my son just bought a house in downtown Houston, like a high-rise thing, and so like when he walks outside and he looks, he sees all these buildings and he sees the cobblestone streets and all these really cool things. That's what's real. So if you just take away all the things that the normal stuff that you say, you know, I'll be grateful for, because we're talking about being grateful. So we're going right back to that again. If you just make your list of everything that everybody else in the whole world would say, mom, dad, cousin, aunt, uncle, baby, child, house, car, dogs, you know, friends. Okay, just make a list, get it all, and then take that one and throw it in the trash. Okay? Then really get real with yourself. Then really get real. Go walk outside, and I want you to really look around and say to yourself, what do I have to be grateful for? And you might find that there's a lot to be grateful for. And if you focus all your energy on those things, you'll find something really miraculous happen to you. You'll start to feel that spiritual bliss. So this is Michelle Thompson talking to you about being grateful. Have an awesome day. And you guys, go outside. Find something to be grateful about. And have a wonderful day.